Hey guys, Jason with CB Customs. As you can see, the shop has no walls. That's what's been taking so long on this truck, but we're gonna get back on it. We moved shops, got a new shop. Good thing is we're actually buying it. So now it's time to start driving this thing. I know we've got a lot of people wanting to see this thing running. So I'll show you what we're doing next. We're gonna jump on finishing the firewall and the floor pan, floorboard, whatever you wanna call it. Once that's done, we're gonna do fuel and the radiator. Already got the radiator back, got the carburetor, we've got everything to make this thing run. It still will need a battery box, so we'll figure that out in the midst of it. But what I'll do right now is I'll show you the floor pan, what we're gonna do. Okay, so getting in here, you can see what we haven't finished yet. The reason I've got this angle iron here is that when you hit the clutch, the arm comes up past where the floorboard is. So what we're gonna have to do is move the floorboard back a little bit on that side. I've got some original paneling that actually went in here because this truck didn't have the boards, it has sheet metal. So we're gonna grab the sheet metal, lay it in here and see how we're gonna finish the corners and bring this down. I know it's going to hit a little bit there. I'm not sure if it's going to fit around the tower for the shifter, but I'll grab all that stuff. We'll throw it on here and see how it looks. Alright, so these are all the panels I have for different KBs. Obviously that one had like a column shift or something. That one had the tower shift. Probably going to use that piece. That's what we cut out of our cab. This is the piece that goes under the drivers. There's two of them. That would have been where you got to your battery, but we're going to relocate the battery. So now it's going to be access for our clutch master cylinder. These are obviously the pedal assembly plates. So we're going to end up hacking one of these up to meet with the new firewall that we made. A good portion of that section is going to be the same because our pedals are in the same spot, but we're going to have to fashion getting the throttle pedal to actually work. So yeah, I'm gonna lay them in and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, got it laid in here. You can see how the floor fits, and we are gonna have to trim the tower. My new boot should cover up the hole. If it doesn't, we'll put a plate across the top because we'll have flooring. So we're basically just gonna kind of cut it like that, set it in, and then that'll go down. But if we look right here, that's hitting the engine. That's why it won't set. This actually should have went down first, but we're gonna pull it out now. So that's why we're gonna use the angle iron to support the two plates now. And it looks like it will clear the bottom plate. Oh, sorry. So we should be good there, but we are going to have to box that in. Big thing for us to do right now is to make the new angle iron and then bolt this and this to the new angle iron. That's going to complete most of our floorboard. And then we're going to cut a section out of this to fit around the pedals. We'll get that to where it's removable so we can access the pedals if we need to work on them. Box that in and then tie the firewall down to the rest of the flooring, and we'll keep these two pieces removable and this piece. These probably won't be removable, so in the future if you're going to pull the transmission to a clutch or something like that, it will be just like the new trucks where you pull the cab, but with the amount of miles that are going to go on an old vehicle like this, it's not going to need a clutch for a very long time, so that one job is really not going to matter. So I'm going to get these two down, clean up all the threads, put new nut zerts, make it to where it's really accessible and easy, and trim that piece so we can get it down flat. Once these are down, we'll take a look again and see what we're going to have to do over here. So, alright, I'll get back. Alright guys, we made some progress yesterday, but we had to shut down. It got late. It's time to eat and all that fun stuff. So here's what we did. We got all stainless screws in the board. we trimmed for our plate over here, and then we cut the backing plate that actually had the throttle pedal on it because we needed to keep this removable so this is serviceable. This is our new opening for our clutch master cylinder. And now we need to get this thing right. I'll jump around to the other side here real quick so I can show you what's going on in this corner. Okay, we're over here in this corner. And you can see, if you kind of get the line of sight right here, that's our clutch level, our lever, and slave cylinder there. When it comes up, it's going to be right in here. So we're going to have to trim here, maybe bring this piece over, box it in just a little bit. The starter is even a little close. So maybe we'll come right here, box it in. I don't know. But I'll figure it out. Remember right here, right where this piece ties in, there's a piece of angle iron. So we could just come over to the angle iron and just kind of have another little secondary box. But we wanted to leave room up here for our heater box that we restored. So it'll be sitting right in there once all this stuff's done. So pretty excited about having a floor, because once we have a floor we can drive it. So we'll get back to you when we get something going here. Alright, so I've got it all bolted in again with the finished piece over here where we boxed in for our clutch. Nothing's painted because we're only painting the new stuff. We may end up painting the cab. The e-brake used to be here. Because we've got a bigger transmission and everything, it ended up moving. So I've got to find a boot that's going to work. Probably like a 4-wheel drive shifting boot will probably be just fine. This boot came out of the truck that donated the engine and tranny, so this was already working on this transmission. We get one that looks similar, look alright. We'll end up covering all this in Dynamat. That's why there's no body work really done. It's just welded together and it's good at that point. It's also going to be a sound dampener, things like that. Now, when we go to put our hood back on, we drilled all these holes so that we can put our hood hinges right back where they were through the plate that's on the other side. You're not going to see any of this. It's going to be covered with the sound dampener. Actually, the heating core is going to be right here anyways. But before we put the heating core up, we got to get our hinges back in and get all the stuff that we eliminated when we cut the firewall out. You can actually, this is where the heating element, the heating core lines came in last time, and I think those were the 2 bolts that held the box. So, anyways, that's where that'll go. And that's how it looks. Completed. We got a floor. We'll end up putting the throttle pedal right here. And we'll go through. So actually on the next video, that's what we'll be doing, is installing the new carburetor. We have to put an electronic choke on it. So we're going to install the electronic choke, mount it, plumb it, and then put a throttle pedal. Now we know the brakes, clutch already work, shifting works, steering works. We get that throttle on, we can start driving this thing. Radiator's completed, so it'll be coming back. I actually have a different steering column. You see this one's a little rough. I've got one that's more in restorable condition, so on another video, we're going to get this thing running first, but we'll end up restoring a steering column, replacing this one, and then maybe painting the cab and all that fun stuff. So, alright guys, thanks, and we'll see you when we're working on some fuel system. Hey, for any of you guys still watching, I know that if you're still watching, it's because you actually follow the videos and you're interested in the builds. Got a lot more coming. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, got a new shop, spent a month moving, and didn't put out a video for about 6 weeks. I'm going to try and put at least one a week out from now on, now that I'm in a permanent place. A lot coming. We're putting up, I'm going to build some hydraulic doors for the shop, which is actually something kind of cool. Putting all the walls up on the shop is going to help with the lighting. I got actually some really cool LED lights that I can kind of show you guys. Got them on Amazon, although I hear for a little while. You might not be able to get a lot of stuff on Amazon, unless it's essentials. But in the future, I'm trying to put out one a week. So I appreciate you guys watching, and sorry about the delay, but you'll be getting more videos, and keep watching, man. Thanks.